Hi, I'm Kathy Rosenthal with the Wyoming Association of Conservation Districts. I'm joined today by Dan Lehman, Water Resource Specialist with the Teton Conservation District. We're here in the Fish Creek watershed north of Jackson to share with you some information about the Fish Creek Residential Wetland Project. Dan, can you explain a little bit about the background of this project?
Sure. Thanks, Kathy. We're here on Fish Creek. It's a Class 1 tributary of the Snake River located in western Wyoming near the town of Wilson. Public concern of nuisance growth of algae and aquatic plants have been increasing over the last decade. The Teton Conservation District and Intermountain Aquatics have been working closely with local landowners in the watershed to improve and maintain native trout habitat. Both organizations have seen a decline in water quality over the last decade, particularly in the aquatic insect communities. The partners believe that inadequate treatment of domestic wastewater, mostly by conventional systems that consist of a septic tank followed by a leach field, were one of the contributing factors to declining water quality within the watershed. Intermountain Aquatics approached the Teton Conservation District about initiating a demonstration project that would install a small artificial wetland to enhance the treatment of wastewater from a single-family home in the watershed.
Great, let's go take a look at that project.
That sounds good.
So here we are at the project, and also joining us today is Katie Salisbury with Intermountain Aquatics. Thanks for joining us today. Katie, can you explain a little bit about the steps you had to take and the background of this project?
Sure. We first collaborated with the Purdue Agricultural Extension Unit out of Indiana on the conceptual design. Then our engineer and wetland scientist engineered the design so that it fits specifically here at the Pomeroy residence. The system consists of a septic tank here behind us, a treatment wetland, and the leach field. Once we had our engineered designs, we ran it by the Pomeroys and the various agencies that we needed to get permit approval. Once we had our permit approvals, we went ahead and did the installation. We did the rough-in the fall of 2009, and then in the spring of 2010, we went ahead and planted the wetland and put it online.
So what water quality benefits have you seen from this wetland project, and what do you see might happen in the future?
So when we started this project, we wanted to answer two specific questions. First, would the wetland act as a biofilter and improve effluent water quality from the septic tank to the leach field? And second, would it perform throughout a cold Wyoming winter? The results from the study gave us positive answers to those two questions. First of all, the wetland did act as a biofilter and improve water quality. It was able to reduce total suspended solids, turbidity, and biological dissolved oxygen by 97%, but more importantly, it was also able to reduce nitrogen inputs by 62%. This translates to about 18 pounds of nitrogen per year that doesn't go into the Fish Creek watershed. In addition to that, the performance results were consistent throughout a cold Wyoming winter. And all of these results were consistent with what other scientists and engineers were seeing in Europe, Canada, and the Midwest.
Also joining Dan and I today is Reynolds Pomeroy, the homeowner. Thank you for letting us look at this project today. So what were your reasons for signing up for a project like this?
Well, I knew Dan and Katie from the community, and Dan came to me, as did Katie, and said they had this idea for this demonstration project. And being this close to Fish Creek and being an outfitter in my profession, I knew and witnessed some of the stream degradation issues that were going on. So the thought that we could preserve the life of our aging leach field, as well as reduce the contaminants in our septic effluent, were great. It was a no-brainer.
So what have been the benefits to installing this wetland here?
Well, first off, economically, we saved a bundle and didn't have to replace our entire leach field, and that was a big plus. And we got a lot of help from the various agencies who were involved in the cost share. But knowing that we're taking 60, 70, 80% of the contaminants out of the water, again, just 100 or 150 yards from Fish Creek is a real plus.
Absolutely. So Dan, what other partners besides the Teton Conservation District have been involved in this project?
The project really evolved through research, planning, and work completed by Intermountain Aquatics, the Teton Conservation District, and the Pomeroy family in cooperation with Teton County, Wyoming Engineering Department and the Wyoming Department of Environmental Quality. We'd especially like to thank Reynolds and the Pomeroy family for taking a leadership role in the watershed to protect water quality and preserve just what is a wonderful resource for Teton County residents.
Sure,
Thank
been
you
our
very
pleasure.
much.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, Reynolds. Thank you, Dan. And also thank you, Katie, for all joining us today and talking with us about this project and what landowners can do in similar situations like your own. And thank you for joining us. For more information about this project or for similar projects like this, please contact the Teton Conservation District or the Wyoming Association of Conservation Districts at www.conservewy.com.